Hello everybody, my name is Danny and welcome to today's video. When I was doing this build, I decided I wanted to do it more for fun rather than something too serious, but I still needed to make sure that I accurately planned for just everything that I'm going to future-proof in this vicinity of the zoo. Right now, what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm building for these two animals, as you can see. Anyway, as you can see, I'm going to break ground right here. I'm going to try to make it way smaller than I normally do, because if you're familiar with any of my live-streamed episodes, which is what I normally do with this game here, I go overboard in terms of like everything detail, but especially in terms of habitat size. What I discovered was that there is a arc feature when it comes down to the building of the walls. I never actually really realized that because I've ran into too many different issues and I just didn't want to toy with different features in the game necessarily and potentially ruin something. So it turns out I can arc walls. And of course I tried to do it on the corner there, as you just saw. Didn't work. You have to do it while you're building, it turns out. So today I learned, or this day I did. Anyway, we're gonna officially get underway with officially, filling in the habitat, making a nice pond as you saw. And now we're gonna start putting in the enrichment items, the climbing equipment, the covered habitat area. As you might realize here, I was only focusing at this point on the monkeys. I was just so focused on trying to find them and the tags that I completely spaced that I'm gonna have giant anteaters in the environment. Of course, I do remedy that later once I have the anteaters. I realize there's 0 enrichment items for them, and I'm like, ah, crap. So I go back and I'll fix that, of course. This is my first official South American habitat in this zoo. And I really enjoyed and love how this whole habitat turned out. It's probably the most gorgeous habitat I have of them all. And like the perfect amount of sightlines, the placements of most of the items is just about perfect so that it's always in people's view. And I'm just really happy with how this turned out, for sure. As you can see here, now it was time to remedy the no enrichment items for and feeding areas for the poor anteaters. Adriana here was not so happy with that. Also, the fact that she came in injured was weird to me, because the fact that I had, as usual, what you do in the trade center, you go and you adopt the animals you're looking to put in. And the moment she arrived at the zoo, she was injured, and I hadn't ever seen that before in the game. So if you're more familiar and experienced with the game than I am, even though I have 70 hours in the game, and that is actually something that can happen naturally, it's in the code of the game, please do let me know, because I had no idea beforehand, because it could also just as much be a bug. So that would be great to know in the comments. But yeah, she came in injured, so that was of course remedied pretty quickly. If you're familiar again and attend any of the live streams I've done or watch the VODs of them afterward of me in Planet Zoo, I do consistently run into a bit of an issue, which is an absolute, it's an absolute bug. No, it's a absolute bug. It's absolutely guaranteed. It is in fact a bug. But the bug is, for some reason, that animals in random habitats, especially my multi-haberdashery, which is what I have ostriches, flamingos, gemsbok, aka oryx, zebras, and African buffalo within, and also my lemur habitat, for some reason obsessively goes through these constant waves of literal buggery. Just bug waves, where suddenly the bugs will pop up, and it's always a consistent, the same bug, which is that suddenly they all have welfare issues. So they're all complaining about massive social issues and or other welfare issues, even though that would be a lie for it to claim that, because I can literally go there after it annoys me enough, and then once I'm there, it'll just suddenly, you'll just see it skyrocketing a percent per like every 0.2 seconds up, all the way to 100 again, and then it'll suddenly go back down to 0, or plummet down that way in the same way, and go back and forth. And I don't know why that bug is, and I don't know how consistent that is across the board for other players, but that I know of, because I haven't looked up or looked into any of it. That might just be on my end, I do not know. So as you can see here, we're putting the finishing touches on the habitat, the little exterior bits. Unfortunately, there was like this massive water and power issue, because I can never have them close enough, and of course the game is coded in a way where if a NPC happens to see, so a visitor in the zoo happens to see a single pixel of a quote-unquote staff building, they lose their collective you-know-what, and they act like, you know, it doesn't matter how amazing of an experience the rest of the zoo was, because they saw a single pixel of a single building at a single point in the zoo, it ruins their entire experience, and it's like they're going to sue. It's the stupidest thing, and at least in my experience in the United States, that is so painfully unrealistic, because nobody cares about seeing staff buildings, because it's just the most normal thing to see staff buildings in your zoos, at least here in a lot of West Coast North America. So, I don't know, but it's very, very annoying for the micromanagement aspect, and I do not like doing micromanagement. But, as you can see, I'm still burying it with beautification. Lots and lots of bushes, as Harass would say, because I do love doing that, because it's so pretty. And of course now we're going to officially go and put a quick, sneaky little space filler, where we're going to put in a drinks shop, as you'll see really quickly here, alongside of a bathroom area for people to utilize. So with this, I will leave you with the rest of the video, where you will get to just not have my voice anymore. You have to have the peaceful ambience of the animals and the music of the game, and enjoy different shots of the animals giving you a tour of their brand new gorgeous habitat. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. It lets me know you enjoyed and helps the algorithm as well.